Yosh, Yosh, where are you?
It's good. You got to see what I got. You know what I got?
What?
A subscribe plushie. Hi everyone. Thank you for coming to see The Point Is.
And we just saw Kung Fu Panda 3. Not a bad movie.
I liked it a little more. It's not as good as the prequel, the other two ones, but I thought it was super fun.
Not a bad movie.
In the Panda of the Kung Fu San, we see Po learning how to be a master of Kung Fu.
Po is on a journey to discover who he really is in an effort to become a master instead of just simply being a warrior. To me, out of 1, 2, and 3, it literally goes 2, 1, 3. It's not horrible. I mean, am I mad that I saw the movie? No, I'm not mad that I saw the movie. But was it extremely well written? Not to me, it wasn't.
Yeah,
So.
I agree. It is 2, 1, 3. I just put them like 2, 1, 3 rather than 2, 1, 3. That's
2, 1, 3. I spent $12.50 to go see this movie. Did I get $12 out of the movie? No. I got a maximum of maybe $8.
Yeah, I will agree. Don't have to see it in theaters right now. Don't need to spell. You don't need to spell 12 and a half bucks on it. I don't care. I'm keeping that in. Okay, so when it comes to the story, the first thing that really stuck out to the both of us, the thing that probably made it not as good as the first two, is that unfortunately a lot of plot points are kind of redoing what we've already seen in 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely. I'm watching Kung Fu Panda 2.5. I would have loved to see a different reason for him to do this. I mean, I get it. He's lone warrior trying to become better at himself to save people, village from bad guy. It's the same story over and over. Only real difference with this one, instead of him just being a dragon warrior, he's having to learn to become a master of everything.
There are also other little differences. There's the thing about being a panda, which we really didn't talk a lot about in the previous ones. That's why I'm saying it wasn't boring. It wasn't an exact rehash. It was just the plot points that led him to the whole discovery of the mastering thing is very similar to the plot points that led him to find inner peace in the second one, or the plot points that led him to find out that he can be a kung fu warrior in the first one.
It was nice seeing the panda aspect of it. You know, that was kind of a big point of this, was him meeting his father and going with him to learn what it is to be a panda and how important it is for him to know who he is, so that way he can actually become a master of, well, anything. You can't really be a master of anything if you don't even know who you are.
One of my favorite things, actually, and I didn't even think about it until now, but I just remember that, is being a panda is awesome. Being a panda is awesome. The whole learning of how to be a panda, I'm like, I want to be there too. This is fun.
Next thing we're going to talk about is artwork.
Yeah.
It was just like 1 and 2 and any Chinese or Japanese movie, you're ridiculous, is how pretty. Stop.
I can't. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'll keep talking about how DreamWorks' best thing is How to Train Your Dragon, but the Kung Fu Panda series is the prettiest series in the entire DreamWorks architecture. It's just so pretty. It is so pretty.
Don't hold it in, Yoshi. It is very pretty. It is a very artsy movie. Even if there's a slow part in the movie, which in this one there were some slow parts, the scenery in the slow part was pretty enough to make you go, ooh, ah, and forget that there's really just 2 guys standing there, which is really nice. They took the time to actually put in some really pretty colors onto a cherry blossom. It's not just pink.
One of my favorite things here is because the blossom thing. Yes, you actually see that in a lot of animated movies.
Yeah.
How of the detail work. What I really love about this is how they managed to take this 3D animation and keep it in the vein of 3D animated movies, like, you know, in the DreamWorks 3D animated movie stuff, but at the same time really give it that Chinese, like, Eastern 2D look of that really pretty stuff. It's just they blend them together so well in so many sequences. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous movie.
Absolutely. It really is. I mean, the way they did it was, you're looking at it and you could, even though you know it's animated, you're going, God, that's freaking pretty. Involving all the character development in the movie, which is another big point to me in any type of movie, is that the villain of this movie, you know, his name is Kai. He's this big rhino, weird antler dude. I don't know what hell he is. He's weird looking, but he's kind of cool. Ox, fine, whatever, he's an ox. He's kind of cool. He has some cool powers. The end.
The first movie also lacked a bit in its villain. The only really great villain is from the second movie. Is the bird.
The bird. Yeah, peacock.
Peacock. Thank you.
Yes.
God dang it.
Yeah, I love
the
his
Peacock
tattoo.
is the
Anyway.
only really good villain we've had so far. But
This was
okay
the
with
weakest one out of them to me. This was the weak. To me, it was.
I think he was at the level.
He had cool abilities. He had all this cool stuff, but they didn't do anything. They explained him to be this cool guy and that this fighter and stuff like that. Yes, he has these really cool spinny knife things, but besides, it's just repetitive. It's spinning knife and then spinning knife. And
I
then
get that.
Spinning knife and then spinning knife. But he's known to be this big fighter, and he doesn't fight anyone.
Okay, I get that. The villain in the first movie, the thing that he is better than this one is definitely the fact that he had the fighting scenes with him specifically were cooler. But
You feel he's
in
bad
a
guy.
counter argument, I'll also say that his character was lacking. He didn't really have anything besides "I want to her." And this one was
Yeah.
at least a little more funny. I enjoyed him a little more. I even sympathized with him for like half a second.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. His reasoning for being pissed is a little bit more believable and relatable. I can get behind that.
Which is why I say they're about the same for me. It's neither of them are as good as the thing.
Yeah,
Let's
the bird
move
is still the
along.
best one. Okay, so other characters to talk about.
The characters we already know. I feel like none of them developed anymore.
Anymore.
Really, even Poe, who
barely.
has his learning experience, still at the end kind of feels like the same Poe to me.
Yeah.
I would say, however, I did like a lot of the new characters that were introduced. There's one specifically that I fell in love with the minute that character came on screen.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
And there were other characters who were a lot of fun. I mean, mostly the pandas. The new pandas were pretty cool. Some of
They
them
did
were-
a good job, honestly, bringing in the pandas. To me, bringing in the pandas makes you actually forget about the Furious Five, which to me is hard to do because that's one, that's two, that's the shows that were on TV. They made movies, Furious Five movies, and this movie, it's like, yeah, the Furious Five are there. Oh, look at their stuff. The end. Pandas, Fluffy. Oh my God, you're so cute. It's pandemonium.
Which moves us on to the comedy of the movie, which I thought it was funny. I know what you're gonna say, so I'm just gonna cut you off right now. Sure, it is definitely repeating the same joke that we had, generally speaking. But that joke works because that's the character. It's not just, oh, I'm telling a punchline for the sake of telling a punchline. This is the character, this is how the character he reacts to the world, and we love how he reacts to the world, and that's what makes it funny.
True, but after so long of not having a Panda movie, because Panda 2 came out what feels like eons ago. It just feels like it's been a long time. You have this new movie come out. You're like, all right, cool. Give me some new material and jokes. There were really two that stood out. I mean, the jokes overall, were they funny? Sure. Were they new and intelligent? Not really. So
But that's fine by me, basically. As long I did enjoy myself and from them, so I didn't need them to be new and different if they
yeah.
worked.
In the end, you should see this movie if you have a family. It's a good family movie. It's fun for everybody.
If you want a conclusion to the story, which I did, and I did still
Yeah.
get it,
A decent conclusion for 1, 2, 3. Could they make 4? Maybe.
I hope they don't.
If they don't, is it wrapped up? Yeah, it's wrapped
Yeah.
up pretty well.
And I'd say don't watch this if you knew you're not gonna like it anyway. Actually, that's the only reason not to see this. I think is if you knew that you didn't like the pandas anyway.
Yeah.
So
If you're
now
not into
this one-
cartoons.
yeah. If you didn't like the pandas, this one isn't for you.
As always, subscribe.
Do we have a plushie? Plushie! Click it. You can click it. Here's an annotation. You can click it and you'll subscribe to us.
Click, click,
Ah!
click,
You know,
click.
just
Click, click.
come over where the point is and,
Yeah, you get the point.
stop touching yourself. Stop touching yourself. Stop touching yourself. Stop touching yourself. Stop touching
Look,
yourself.
wound. Get back there. Shh, quiet. Thank you, director. We don't need a teleprompter. I love you. Great, you're awesome. I'm gonna marry her.
You are
She's
awesome.
behind the camera though. Can't see her. All right.
I'm not.
She took off the ring. Oh damn.